Welcome to Follow Friday. I'm Paula Williams with ABCI. We like to do a real short video every Friday about some social media topic having to do with sales or marketing. And today is no exception. We're going to talk about social media habits for sales folks. So you probably already use social media. You probably even use it on your phone. You may have Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, other things as apps on your phone. So it's really convenient to get into when you're waiting for a meeting or you've got a few minutes to kill or whatever the situation is. So rather than just scrolling through and smiling at all the cat videos and things like that, which I do too, and checking your sports scores and things like that, you can use this to do some really short 5 or 10 minute tasks in social media. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So this requires a little bit of a mindset shift. Or people involved with sales or marketing think of social media as kind of like a megaphone. You're just broadcasting ads out, which is not a bad thing. You can target people and do some really powerful things broadcasting using social media. But it also has the ability to interact with people and listen, which is 1,000 times more powerful and makes your megaphone 1,000 times more powerful when you decide to use that, if you've also used the telephone or the more dialogue-oriented version of social media and used it to connect with people directly. So a lot of people complain, especially if they're new to social media, that they're just talking to an empty room. They feel like, well, I've only got 5 followers and one of them is my mother. And, so I'm putting all this stuff out there and I'm putting all of this effort into all of this publishing that I'm doing and all this great content that I'm putting together, but I don't have enough followers to make it worth it to me. So we're going to fix that today, right? And how we're going to fix that is by turning it around. So Stephen Covey, the author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, I used to work for Franklin Covey when Stephen Covey was around, very powerful guy. And one of the most powerful things that he did in the 7 Habits for Highly Effective People was habit number 5, and that is seek first to understand and then to be understood. So most people don't have any time for social media ads, things that are not connected with them, things that they don't feel a personal connection to, people that they don't know very well who are just throwing stuff out there. The only people that they do have time for are things that are either funny or entertaining, or people that they're already connected to and they feel like they have some relationship with. And so that's what we're going to do today, is talk about how to use social media as a means to either initiate or extend those relationships. So if you've taken any kind of sales training, you've probably heard of a sales cadence. And this is a neat little graphic from Inside Sales using calls, voicemails, emails, and things like that. You can also use social media in your sales cadence and, as a means to further that cause and to make sure that you're keeping in touch with people in a way that's maybe a little less irritating than calling them every third day or whatever it is. I think this really puts the sales industry on its head and gives us another arrow in our quiver that's a lot more tolerable to a lot of people if you do it right, and we're going to talk about how to do it right. So LinkedIn, this is what I do every day, and you're going to have to find your own cadence or your own formula or your own recipe that works for you. So what I do, first thing when I get up in the morning, before I'm really awake, is I look at my phone and see what's going on. I may look at LinkedIn first. Usually I look at LinkedIn first because it's a really great source for me. And I can usually find 3 good connections, either people who are requesting, they've either sent me an invitation to connect, and if they seem appropriate, if they're in the aviation industry and they seem like a good fit, I'll accept them. If I don't get 3 invitations, then I will go out and seek 3 people who maybe are in companies that are in my top 10 list of people that I really want to work with, or they're in a position at a company that I think I can really help, so sales managers, marketing managers, people like that, people who have a new position as a sales or marketing manager, people who are my ideal target customer. So I'm going to make 3 new connections, and then I'm also going to scroll through the news feed on LinkedIn, and I'm going to look for 3 ways to make good, thoughtful comments on articles and things that people have posted. And that might be a question, that might be a comment, that's something that is just a way of connecting. And on LinkedIn and Facebook, I almost never make these comments or anything else political. There is plenty of other stuff to talk about that is much more interesting and much more helpful to me. I just have a lot more interest in other topics having to do with sales and marketing and aviation. So I will seek out some articles and other things to make 3 good, thoughtful comments on. So that'll take, possibly a couple of minutes each to get those done and to read enough of that article and to understand enough to make a comment and reach out and make a connection with people. Okay, so that's LinkedIn. Facebook, once again, I'm going to try and find 3 companies that I want to connect with and follow their company and read a little bit about them and see how they're using Facebook. So that will help me understand a little bit more about what they're doing for marketing, what they're doing in their company, what's new, and other kinds of things. I'm going to leave 3 likes somewhere on Facebook having to do with companies in my top 10. And I'm going to leave 3 comments for people who are in my top 10 or companies that are in my top 10. Once again, I'm going to look for posts that are interesting to me for whatever reason, that I have a genuine reason to want to make a comment. Okay, same thing with Twitter, except that it's a little bit different because I'm going to search on 3 hashtags. So I might pick BizAv, Aviation, and NBAA 2018 as my 3 hashtags for the day. And I'm going to look and see what's going on. Who's talking about those topics? Is there anybody there that I haven't followed yet? And I'm going to leave 3 replies and do 3 shares or reposts or retweets from Twitter. So that's really it. It doesn't take very long. I do this every day. You can do it once a week. Whatever suits your sales cadence. If you're in really ambitious sales mode, you might want to do more. If you've got lots of customers and lots of things taking up your time, you might want to do less. So if you'd like to talk about this, or if you'd like to talk about your own growth strategies for your social media audiences and your social media channels, give us a call. You can call us at 702-987-1679 or click the Let's Talk button. We do 30-minute free consultations, and we'd be happy to talk with you about this or anything else having to do with sales or marketing. Happy Follow Friday, and have a great weekend.